congratulations. Hey, it went live fast. All right. Well, I'll give a minute for a few people to come in here, and then I'll talk about what's on my mind for this road construction. It's getting some people into some wrecks. I mean, yes, it's our job to kind of watch our speed and everything, but an extra hazard on the road. But some kind of furniture up there too on the 74. Been a wild and crazy ride. So I'm gonna talk about that in a second. I'm just having my lunch. I had to take a break, shut down for a bit, and as it turns out, it was pretty good planning, except for the fact that I didn't know about that loop. I had no idea. So I'll go ahead and get into it real quick. I see I got a couple people in the room. It's gonna be a quick live. I've got kind of limited time. I'm at the tail end of a break, but I'll tell you what's going on. Indianapolis basically has got a loop in it like every other city. I'll show it right here. It's right here in the crack of everything. Let's see. Missed you by a day. Yeah, well, as of 9 o'clock, supposedly 9 o'clock last night's when they did this. Let's see. Hold on a second. It's not wanting to clean up the view of this. Give me a sec. I'll try to. It's not focusing. Anyways, this is Indianapolis, Indiana. Okay, this is the loop. And what I was doing was, I was coming up 74, right? And trying to come across the bottom end to take 70 to go out here, right? Which I made it through there, but here's what happened. They have reader boards down here on the bottom end if you're coming up that say that there's an alternate route to take 70, all right? They don't have anything as far as I've seen over here except for that, you know, that it's closed at the last minute. It just has a sticker on the big sign up above you. It just has a sticker that says closed, like a big, you know, sticker, like a Band-Aid on it. Closed. They said they closed it Friday. It was only supposed to be closed for 9 hours. And honestly, I used my truck GPS and trusted it, and I usually use both. I did look at the other one, but what it showed was, it showed that there was a bunch of dots down here. I thought, oh, I'll just take it, right? And then I just turned my phone off of that. When I come up here, surprise, the whole bottom end of this loop, all 8 lanes are closed right now, okay? All 8 lanes. So I went up, and the first thing I thought was, well, this is a loop of a city. Well, as a truck driver, that means you don't want to go in that loop. So I had 2 choices. It took everybody to the right lane, and it said you could take 65 north or you could take 65 south. As a trucker, you know that's a loop. You're like, well, I need to be going south because I don't need to go inside the loop and get a ticket for being in the loop or something. Or I really didn't pay attention to this being 70. So okay, fine. So I went south on 65 right here. So it let me go 65 south. I got off on the first exit on the ramp, and I got off to the side there. There were 4 other trucks that were pulling off that had just figured out their stuff. I pulled over and I used the side of the ramp. Another truck pulled around me. The dude in the red truck, I was running with you. And here's what happened. I rolled down my window and I kind of waved, hey, come on. Come on, I found the way. So he followed me. You get off, you turn left, you go across the bridge, you take a loop exit like a clover leaf to go back north on 65, which actually puts you up, going up here, up this way, direction-wise, north. And you go up to 70, which is right here in the middle, and you take 70 over and down to here. That's how you get that's how you get across. If I just lost connection for a sec, but this is not going to focus on this, I guess. Anyways, Indianapolis, Indiana, and so if you're traveling to Indiana and you're going through Indianapolis, I don't know how long this bottom end is going to be shut down. 4 lanes one way and 4 lanes another, and here's what it looked like to me, to be honest. When I looked at it, I looked across, there was a bear sitting there with his lights on there, that's about it, and the big Band-Aid on the sign says closed. It looked to me like the road was concrete, like they had just poured the concrete and were waiting for it to dry, but I still saw the rebar sticking out of the edge of the concrete in some expansion voids, you know, joints facing this way. So I believe all 4 of those lanes are going to be closed down for a while. I don't know. I don't think, there was nobody out there working. All the construction equipment, nobody was working, just the bear working it, and had you going either 65 north or 65 south. So that's going to be problematic, even if they're just doing it at night. And that's the problem too. And I'll show you Georgia. The other night in Georgia, there's been 2 different nights that there's been accidents. Once was coming through there doing that hurricane work. Let's find Georgia. And the other was just the other night. So there was a problem where on the bottom end they're doing construction. The worst is the one that comes on the bottom end of the loop from Moreland Avenue, exit 51 or 53, going 53, I believe is going west on the bottom end of the loop. It causes problems where 2 trucks have been in accidents so bad they went off to the road to the right. One of them was still stuck there the other night. So that's what I'm telling about this, because it actually caused truckers to have wrecks in Georgia at the bottom end of 285 coming up on that construction, because it's the bottom end down here. I will, as best as I can, it's right there at 675. Here's 675 right here. Like I said, I don't think this thing's going to actually, I touched it there, it's not going to focus. That's okay. So 675 at the bottom end of the loop on 285. Okay, here's the 285 loop that goes around Atlanta. This is I-20. This is 675. Between Forest Park is 675, down here at 53, and before you get to the 75-85 north. The other night there was an accident right here, and a truck swerved off to the right, was way down in the ditch, so far off that the back end of his trailer was off the road. But they were still having problems with the cars that were there that were hit. Maybe he avoided them completely. And then the other week, the same looking thing happened, but they had him sticking out the road, and they moved him. So you're having accidents down here because of this construction on the bottom end of 285. So, and if you don't have a map book, you should. People get a map book, because that GPS fails. And like the GPS put me, I'll show you what it did. Regular GPS said, yeah, take the bottom end of the loop around Indy. And well, the picture of it is right here. This is the picture of it, and what it shows is a bunch of dotted lines up under here. I had never seen that before, and I automatically assumed, we know, assume makes the ass out of you and me, that's how it's spelled. Well, under here on the bottom end of the 285 loop from I'm sorry, 465, what I'm saying, 465 loop up here in Indiana, I just left there, and when I was coming up 74 to get down across here and get down 65 south, I was trying to take 70 to go down. It only lets you take 65 north and south, and that right there to me looks like just a backup when I looked at it. And then I kept my regular GPS going, and it did me wrong. So closed between I-65, 53, exit 9, closed due to road work, road closed. So between I-65, exit 53, and I-70, exit 9, the whole bottom end of the loop is basically closed. I didn't even mean to touch on that. So there's the picture right there. Bottom, it's like if you had any major city in America, that is the loop around it. That's how big it is. It's as big as the one in Atlanta and everybody else's. Even a twin city, it's as big as half of one. And so the bottom end, they completely shut down both ways of traffic. Nothing's going on down there. The construction's sitting idle. The equipment's sitting idle. It's concrete. There's no asphalt to be had. And so you have to take, the trick is you take 65 inside the loop, and it's okay. Because on the south side down here, they've got reader board signs that says it's okay to take 65 north to 70. And 70 to get you out of there. Or you could take the loop, but see, it's all closed. This side here is closed. So it's just messed up. No warning, nothing. So I would say Monday morning is going to be very interesting around Indianapolis. And like I said, Georgia has not been much better on the bottom end. I'm just sitting here having lunch. Anybody wants to talk about it, hey, and it's really weird, the bottom end of 2 cities, the bottom end of 2 loops having construction done on them, and the way that they're doing it is like they could care less about traffic. Answer me this question, anybody in any city, make a comment. Is your city doing loop construction on the bottom end of the loop in your city? Is it a nationwide thing? It's like, hey, let's just tear up the bottom end of the loop in each city, and maybe they'll do the north side next if they ever finish it. But so, I don't know, I mean to be skeptical, but at this point, that was pretty messed up. And I was not, like I said, 4 trucks ahead of me pulled over to check it out and redo their GPS because their truck GPS is still telling them to go that way. The first thing you think is to go south, but that's incorrect. You go north in that one and go up to 70 and go over. And then I had to take and go over and go on a clover leaf, go across the bridge, turn left across the bridge if you're facing south, and then do a loop and then go back north to take 65 north to get back up to that 70 west. So they just got it messed up, and there's been some deadly accidents down there. Well, I don't know if they were deadly. One of them looked like it could have been with a truck. I could be wrong about that, but they had people in the road with flashlights, shining flashlights, and we had to slalom around on 285. This was back just after the hurricane. Then the other night, it was bad construction, and it was another truck that he took the ditch. So something's going on the bottom end of 285. You need to know about it at night. Every night they're doing construction. It's so bad that traffic will be stopped, and you need to expect it. But I've got video. I got video of that, of where they were holding flashlights in the road and stuff. Also got a video where I dropped where, I got to drop it. I helped a guy out with telling him about what he needed to change, where his air compressor governor was leaking. I got quite a few videos I need to drop. This is easier. Just hit live and tell about this disaster they're doing up there in Indiana right now to mess our trucks up, mess us up for trying to figure out which way to go. Makes it difficult. I made Missouri, so we're doing good so far. Missouri, and then on further, I'm running. I've got to put some more miles down before I shut down, and I'm limited on time, so I figured I'd tell you about that. But definitely get you an atlas, because this don't lie. And if you've got to route, if you got to get a new vector whenever your computer goes out, and it's got to be a motor carrier's atlas too. You can't trust car GPS. It's got to be for trucks. And I mean, I've did some videos on this thing here too. You know, the first page is here. If you have a problem and everything around is a no truck route or a low bridge in the sector, you can call the state's numbers here. Let's see, contacts. Call them before you come and crash their bridges down, and let them know, hey, you're going through there, and they'll let you know the correct way to go in. Because if you don't believe me, check out Emerson, New Jersey. I told about that on a live I did once. Emerson, New Jersey. There's no legal way to get in there. You got to come in from the bottom. I want to say it's Route 11. The Washington Mutual can thank me for their cabinets in that place, because I brought it to them, even though there's no legal way to get in there. I know it's close enough to Trenton to have the Trentonian newspaper in it. That's what I know about that place. But anyways, yeah, just a little difficulty getting around, and they're making it harder on nights and weekends. 285 at the bottom end was messed up. Also going south at night for some construction. I don't know what to say about that. There's not much warning on it, and I would recommend use your phone GPS to at least give you an alert if there's a backup in cities ahead of time, even though you set up your truck GPS. You can't trust this on a route, because it'll send you down a no truck route, but you can trust it for that part. And I thought that was just like I said, I thought it was just a delay or backup. It wasn't. The whole loop's closed. Who would think they would close a loop in a major city? 4 lanes going one way, 4 lanes coming back, 8 lanes total shut down. No construction. I didn't see no workers down there. When I took the loop, of course, I was paying attention to traffic and other signs, and the big band-aid up there says road closed. I'm gonna get off this live. I'm gonna drop some videos tonight. I gotta edit them. I'm gonna have the rest of my lunch. Hope everybody's doing good. If you're not, find another company and treat you right. That's what I can say. So I'm gonna get off this thing, y'all. Stay safe. It'll go up as a video. I'm out. Okay, peace.